Hi friends, Evolving Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for following along with our collection journey. So today is another of our Master Set Monday videos. And actually, unfortunately, I don't think this is one is going to come out on Monday. It's just my schedule, but I like the alliteration of Master Set Monday. So anyway, consider it in that series. And again, if you follow the channel, you know that I like to collect master sets. I've been working on master sets of every set, starting with the beginning of the Sword and Shield era. And in the month of December 2024, I did master set openings for the 4 sets of Sword and Shield where I'm still missing cards. And so that was Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, and Lost Origin. Unfortunately, we didn't really pull the cards we were hunting for, which is to be expected because of just the way, probability works with these packs. But in the new year, 2025, we are now turning the page to the Scarlet and Violet era, which is our current era. And I'm going to continue to do Master Set Challenge videos where we're going to open 36 packs of the sets of Scarlet and Violet where I'm still missing cards. And so I have a complete base set, Scarlet and Violet base set, so I don't need to open any more of those packs, at least in search of particular cards. So what we're going to do today is we're going to break into some Paldea Evolved, which you can see here. I've got 2 stacks. Actually, they're a little uneven, so I maybe should... maybe there's some extra bonus ones. I don't know. We'll see. We've got like a lot of packs here. Maybe I counted wrong and it's not 36. Maybe it's 38. But in any case, we got a whole bunch of Paldea Evolved packs. Again, these packs do not come from a single booster box. These come from products over the months where I am pulling. I knew I wanted to do one of these videos, so I would grab packs and set them aside until I had 36. So I can't really say where these specific packs came from, except just from a variety of products that have been available. I paid market price for those products. I'm not overpaying for these packs. I just checked TCG Player market price. And it's kind of crazy. A booster box of Paldea Evolved, which is 36 packs. Again, I think there's 36 packs here. We'll see, I guess. If there's more, then that's no problem either. But anyway, a booster box of Paldea Evolved right now is almost $200, which is a little crazy. I mean, I guess 161 is market price is, MSRP. But anyway, again, it's out of stock on the Pokemon Center website. You can't buy Paldea Evolved booster boxes on the website anymore. And so, when they go out of stock on the Pokemon Center website, then it becomes much more difficult. So this is like about $200 worth of packs, at least by market price. But that's not how I'm thinking of it. I'm thinking of these are packs, again, I've just sort of set aside one at a time over the months. And we are searching for 2 cards. The Magikarp we have not pulled. That card is over $200 now, $213 as of when I just checked. And so that is a little crazy to me. I remember when that card was well less than $100. It really has taken off as the chase card in this set. And then the second most valuable card is the Iono Special Illustration Rare. That one has dropped a lot. It's only around $50 to $60 now. I remember when that was well over $100 as the chase card of the set. That has been, very desired for competitive play. At least the Iono is. I don't know about this Iono Special Illustration Rare. What's interesting is I looked at the remaining top cards. We have all the other cards in the set. Excuse me, for our master set, but actually 4 of the 5 top cards in Paldea Evolved are only regular illustration rares. They're not SIRs. And so the chances of pulling, an illustration rare is much more likely than pulling an SIR. We expect, once every, based on other sets, I didn't do this for Paldea Evolved because that's before I started the channel, but for recent sets, you would expect an illustration rare once about every 10 to 12 packs. And so you would expect several illustration rares in this set of packs. And so, the chances, whereas like a special illustration or a hyper rare, I would not expect 1 out of 36 packs. I would expect 1 out of every maybe like, 70 to 80 to 90 packs. And sometimes even then, you're not going to pull a single one of those types of rarities. And so the chances of hopefully pulling something, and again, it's just, even if we pull 3 or 4 illustration rares out of all these, what are the chances it's the Magikarp? I mean, who knows? I mean, it's just based on how many illustration rares there are in the set. It is a large set. But anyway, I feel like there's a non-zero chance here that we could actually pull one of the cards that we want. And then even if we don't pull one of those, there's a few other illustration rares. The Raichu, the Meryl are also pretty valuable, at least relatively speaking. So we could see if we can pull any of those. So anyway, with that long preamble, we are going to jump in. Oh, this pack, there we go, is a little weird. And yeah, just like with previous sets, previous master set challenges, and this is a Scarlet and Violet set, so we don't have to do the pack trick. The cards are going to be in order. And so There's the 2 reverses and the holo rare. If there are trainers, now these sets, you know, Paldea Evolved is still, the cards in this set are still in play for the Pokemon trading card game, the competitive TCG. So the good news too is if we pull trainers that have some value, I could actually get some value back in reselling those. I don't know if there's any commons or uncommons in this set that are valuable in the TCG. There's an Iono. Again, the price on the Ionos has gone way down, but it's still like a very competitive card. And so there's a Pikachu reverse. Hey, our first hit is a Ting Lu EX. It's just a regular double rare, but that is okay. We like hits. And again, one nice thing about Scarlet and Violet, I mean, if you've watched the channel, I mean, opening those 4, doing those 4 Master Set challenges of the Sword and Shield era just makes me thankful for Scarlet and Violet, because it's really tough when holo rares count as hits, and in a booster box you're only going to get, I don't know, maybe like 10 hits in a whole booster box, and some of those are going to be holo rares. Oh, it's got a United Wings attack. Oh, our first, wow, look at that, a gold card. I would not have expected a hyper rare. Again, those, although I think if I recall, Danny Phantom has done some good work on this. In the early Scarlet and Violet block, so in like Paldea Evolved is the second Scarlet and Violet set. It's been out for a year and a half now. This set, the pull rates, and the Scarlet and Violet base set, the pull rates of these sets were pretty off the chain. They were like very good, and I think they sort of scaled back the pull rates, at least of the SIRs and the hyper rares. So just the fact that we pulled a hyper rare in our second pack or third pack or whatever that was is pretty crazy. See, another hit. Again, just a regular double rare there, but we already have a gold card, a hyper rare, which again, in kind of recent sets, those are actually the hardest to pull. I mean, you would expect maybe 1 in every 120, 130, 140 packs to pull a gold card. So to pull one so quickly, I mean, we could just be lucky, which is of course part of it too, but I think actually it's more likely that just, if I recall correctly, the pull rates in these early sets, the first 3 sets really, I think specifically, oh, Tyranitar, that is one of the more valuable illustration rares, if I recall. I mean, not crazy valuable, but I think like 20 or 30 bucks is my offhand guess. So that's pretty awesome that we pulled that. So we're so far so good. See, you can see again, just like Scarlet and Violet, you know, when we compare this to Sword and Shield, I mean, we've only opened a handful of packs. We already have a gold card. We already have an illustration rare that has some value to it, 2 double rares. Just the hit rates of these early sets, and just in general, I think, you know, when we would open a booster box, even of recent sets like Surging Sparks, you would expect to get, I mean, our experience, you get between 12 and 16 hits. And again, because holo rares don't count as hits, you get a holo in every pack. You're not counting holos as part of that, which in the Sword and Shield block, you really were counting the holo rares, which is, you know, a little depressing to see. You get that good code and you think you might have something, and then just to pull a holo rare. I mean, I actually like some of the art on the holo rares, and I think the holo pattern is actually pretty cool, even still. Even with all these like new variants of cards, I actually think some of those old holo rares are pretty cool cards, but again, they just don't have much value, and so it just makes it hard to justify United Wings. Again, I don't know if that deck is, I know it never was like super top tier deck, but I know some people like to play it. All right, nothing there. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. We had a cold over the Christmas holiday. Ugh, there we go. So anyway, in the new year, what I'm hoping to do is just, again, continue the Master Set Challenge. Now, with the Sword and Shield, I mean, it's just unlikely we're going to do more Master Set Challenges for Sword and Shield, just because it's just hard to get your hands on those packs for reasonable prices, and I'm not going to overpay. If I can find stuff for MSRP, or, you know, there's still some of those cards that you can find, or some of those packs, you know, more later, like Silver Tempest, although we don't need anything there. I mean, really, again, Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, and Lost Origin are the sets we're still seeking. And if I could ever, you know, I think it's kind of like a lottery ticket. Like, if I can find those packs for reasonable prices, or if they're in other products, like, I'm more than happy to rip those packs. You know, Evolving Skies, even if I can get it in a, you know, I found some just the other day in a product at Target. So, you know, they're still around. If you can find one, if I can find one, then, you know, again, I kind of think of it, there's another double rare, Copperjaw EX. If, you know, I just think of it like a $4 or $5 lottery ticket. I mean, I'm not going to pay $20 or $25 for those lottery tickets, but if I can get a pack. And then when it comes to like Fusion Strike, and I mean, Fusion Strike ETBs keep coming in and out of stock at Target, for example. I even saw some in the store the other day. So, you know, Lost Origin, Fusion Strike, I think those two packs, those two sets are more likely to still find for at least a little while yet. I don't know. I think things are starting to sell out on the Pokemon Center website. Oh, another gold. Look at that. 2 gold cards already. That is crazy. So Gold Water Energy, very cool. Again, I don't know the street value of this. I don't have all the prices in my brain, but again, just crazy the fact that we already pulled 2 gold cards. Again, just like we've already gotten as many hits from Paldea Evolved, and we've gotten like an entire opening of Sword and Shield. So, you know, Sword and Shield, again, I'll still open it when I can, but I think I'm resigned to the fact that if there's any of the cards that I'm still missing, which is only around 20 cards, if any of those cards I'm going to get, it's just going to be because I bite the bullet and pay for it. Again, I would love to trade existing product that I have for those, so maybe that's one option too. Oh, another double rare. Look at that. We're just like swimming in the hits here, including 2 golds and 1 illustration rare so far, but it's a really good one, the Tyranitar, definitely one of the chase. So if we could pull that Magikarp, that would be so crazy. Again, I don't think it's actually that hard to pull, just as because it's an illustration rare, and I think those were, again, they're relatively easy to pull every, you know, I would expect out of this set of packs we would pull 3 or 4 of them, so then we just keep our fingers crossed if that is the case, that we pull, oh, another, yeah, look at so many double rares, which are good too. I use the double rares, I make these homemade packs that I resell locally. It's a kind of a way to pass along some of my bulk commons and uncommons. I make these homemade packs where you guaranteed a couple of hits, and so I still charge just $5 for those, and so you're kind of guaranteed a few hits, and it's a way for me to just move along cards that I don't need, instead of, it's sometimes hard just to know what to do with cards. There's another Iono, so again, trainer that can have at least a little bit of resale value, not as much as it used to, but I can package those up. That's one of my projects I did over Christmas break, is I cataloged all of the trainers that I have and went through. I used TCG, Limitless TCG, to see what trainers are still like have any use in the trading card game, so I know which cards I need to sell. I mean, there are some cards, most trainers actually you can find at least in one deck or another. I mean, obviously there are some dominant trainers that are represented heavily. Oh, there's something sticking. Another, yeah, wow, look at another double rare. I mean, we already have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double rares. You know, the equivalent of what we'd call a bulk V in the earlier days, in the Sword and Shield days. But it is, yeah, just it's fun to open packs when you're, you know, even if these hits, I mean, again, we've done really well. 2 gold cards and a valuable illustration rare already, and then a bunch of double rares that, again, I can kind of repurpose. I'm not going to need any of those, of course. We have all those. But again, it just is kind of a more fun pack opening experience. So I don't know. People, I think, were hating on, well, people were hating on Scarlet and Violet early on. I think change is always hard, and I get that. And, you know, we kind of get used to what we know. And there are some great cards in Sword and Shield. I mean, of course, no doubt about that. But yeah, just I think the pack opening experience. I do feel like the card quality is a little rougher in. I don't know what the data would say. I'm sure you could look at like what percentage of cards submitted from different eras get like PSA 10 or get. I mean, there's a little bit of user error in there. You know, you have to know what you have. But I find that these silver edges, especially of the shiny cards, they can seem to be dinged a lot. And that's another. Just I haven't. You know, I've ordered some cards off TCG Player, sight unseen. I don't order valuable cards off TCG Player because you just don't know what you're going to get, even if it's near mint. Sometimes it's not actually near mint, and you know, sometimes the imperfections are subtle, but if you look closely, they're actually not near mint. I mean, I guess I should blame people for saying things are near mint when they're not, but I sort of get it. But they're not gradable cards sometimes if they have dings in them, and then on top of that, you know, there's always a risk, like if you buy a valuable card and it says near mint, it could be near mint, but it could be way off center, which I don't grade cards, and so I don't necessarily worry about that too much, but I almost just sort of expect that if I order any sort of high dollar card, which again, I kind of don't, I try to either get those through my local card shops when they come in I'll just keep an eye on their shelves if there's a card I'm looking for, because it just doesn't make sense to, you know, even if I'm not going to grade it, I still want one that's a decent, you know, in decent shape. So, all right, we've had a little bit of a dry spell here in Paldea Evolved. When I think of Paldea Evolved as a set, it's the second set that came out in the Scarlet and Violet era. It came out in June of 2022. The reason I think of, or what I think of, is if you guys know Pat Flynn and Deep Pocket Monster YouTube channel, he has hosted now 2 years running, and the third one is posted, but a thing called Card Party. It's an event mostly for fans to meet Pokemon YouTube creators, and they do a little bit with the TCG, and it's around the cards mostly, just collecting and meeting some of your internet personality people. And my son and I went to the first one, which was held in Anaheim, and it was actually the weekend that Paldea Evolved released, and so that was kind of the big deal set. I don't know that there was a ton of hype for the set, not in the way that there has been for like recent sets like Surging Sparks or even Twilight Masquerade, but it was just kind of cool that there was a new set coming out the weekend that we were all gathered for a Pokemon event. And so a lot of the giveaways, there were lots of Paldea Evolved packs to open in that were given away. And people were, you know, at the time, I remember my goal was to finish my Sword and Shield base master set at that weekend, which I did. You know, the Iono Special Illustration Rare was kind of the chase card that weekend. And we actually were part of a Guinness World Record attempt of opening the most packs at a given, like, I don't know, there's some parameters, but like basically opening the most trading card game packs simultaneously. And we set that record with Paldea Evolved. And so we still have the 2 packs that my son and I opened. They were all numbered and labeled for the purposes of Guinness. Guinness was there on hand to like check it out and make sure it was all legit. All right, we've had a really big dry spell. But anyway, when I think of Paldea Evolved, I think of that event and that opening and that world record. It was cool to be a part of. And again, you know, it's a big set. I feel like I haven't opened a ton of Paldea Evolved. I mean, I'm sure I have, like, but relative to some other sets, I feel like I haven't really. Oh, something was peeking out there. I think I saw some goldness. Oh, nice. I think, is that, I forget, what's the 2? Is that, I think that's still, maybe just, I don't know. Is that an SIR? I actually don't know this set so well. I mean, the look of it, it looks like an SIR, and the number, it's pretty high. I would guess it's not just an illustration rare. I don't know. I guess you'll tell me in the comments, and I'll look up after I get done making this video. But did we just pull our first? It's got the 2. Well, I guess we can, let's look back. Illustration rare is 1 gold. So yeah, it's got to be an SAR. Look at that. We pulled an SAR, I'm pretty sure. It's not the one we wanted. We want Magikarp. But that's okay. I mean, I can't complain. It's like pulling an alt art in a... And actually, Iono is the SAR we need, so that's really what we'd be going after here. I mean, we want just the illustration rare Magikarp. That's the illustration rare we want. The SR we want is Iono. Again, Iono has come down in price enough that like I wouldn't feel bad about buying it. It's only, I don't know, 50 or 60 bucks now, so that's getting in the range where, you know, stuff under $100. I know that's like, money is relative, and our collecting budgets are different, but you know, I feel okay about, you know, a single card, especially if I can look at it in advance and see. I know my local card shop has a ton of Ionos that have come in. So whenever I want to pick one of those up, the Iono Special Illustration Rare from this set, I should be able to do it pretty easily. But I was kind of waiting until this opening. I mean, you know, fingers crossed, especially with the Magikarp. That one's a little different. I mean, it's a bummer too because that card has really taken off. That's one I still might chase by opening packs because Paldea Evolved packs, even though you can't buy booster boxes, you can find Paldea Evolved in a lot of products. And so it's probably worth just to like keep my fingers crossed, maybe still stockpile some of those packs or keep an eye out. Those might be packs that are worth chasing, not overpaying for, but, you know, keeping an eye open for. Oh, nice. Tinkatuff, that's another illustration rare. You see we got the single gold star. That is a cool one. Jump left. So yeah, you can see here, like, you know, this is such a different experience than our experience opening the Sword and Shield sets. I mean, we opened like 36 packs of Fusion Strike, and you get a couple bulk Vs and some holo rares, and then I don't even know if we pulled anything better than a bulk V out of 36 packs. So it's just like such a, so maybe, you know, kudos to Pokemon for like figuring that out, that like the pack opening experience. I mean, it changes, and there can be a little bit of a like arms race, right? I know that's been the case within the TCG, right? When you start upping the HP, and then it, you know, you have these big basics, and then, you know, just suddenly you're talking like, oh, nice. That's an illustration rare, or excuse me, an ultra rare, the full art trainers. Oh, maybe, well, it's the 2. Is that the SIR Grusha? It looks like an SIR. Again, the artwork looks a little kind of stylized and cooler. Huh. Wow, maybe we pulled a 2 SARs. Again, let me know in the comments. I will know soon enough when I get off the video, but I feel like we've had a super strong, I mean, 2 gold cards. We got the Tyranitar illustration rare. We got, I think, an SAR, maybe 2 SARs, another, you know, regular illustration rare. Now we're just, again, we've got what packs left? A handful of packs. I feel like maybe there's more than 36 packs in these. Maybe I miscounted. I mean, that's okay. I'm happy to open them. Yeah, this has been a super fun and super solid opening. Now, if we could just like get lucky and pull one of the 2 cards that we still need from this set, that would be like super awesome. But I feel really good about what we've pulled. I mean, it's hard not to, right? This is a super great. So maybe this is kind of encouraging me to buy more Paldea if I can find it in products. It's not one of those sets. I mean, I think in recent, there's another United Wings. Probably have enough to make my own deck. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we have 6 packs left, 3 on each side here. I mean, I think for me, I mean, of course, recently, if you can find Surging Sparks, I mean, that's the trick. I mean, this is early January of 2025, and Surging Sparks, most recent main series set to release, and very hard to find, very expensive. Booster boxes are way north of $200. They're sold out everywhere, and then even just products. One nice thing, I have a different video that's going to come out later this week. I mean, you still can find Surging Sparks in a few products, and probably increasingly over time, it's going to be in more products. So that might be, right now, the best way to get Surging Sparks. So I look for Surging Sparks. I mean, that's an obvious one. And then I think after that, Twilight Masquerade is probably the next, you know, most coveted because of that Greninja EX in there. So if you can find products, again, similar, actually the Twilight Masquerade ETB, or excuse me, booster box just sold out, like I think literally today or yesterday on the Pokemon Center website. So that's a sign that, I mean, you know, secondary market is going to go a little nuts probably in the coming days. Oh, nothing there. So, excuse me. So, yeah, it's, but anyway, this kind of has encouraged me. I mean, and 151 is obviously another chase set. If you can find anything with 151. I mean, that's a little different because there's not going to be 151 in other products. There's just going to be 151 and 151 products, which if you see any of those on the shelves, you should snap those up if you can. But the Paldea Evolved, yeah, this is maybe a sleeper set that, you know, we still need those 2 cards, but because pull rates are so good, if I can find it in another, you know, product. Oh, something is sticking. Oh, no, just another. Sometimes these cards stick a little bit. All right, 3 packs left. I'll just stack them up. All right, super solid opening. I mean, I cannot complain in any way, but again, just fingers crossed that we can... fingers crossed that we can, we've got 3 packs, and if we can get one more hit, that would be great. We will see what we do here. But yeah, so Paldea Evolved, like positive opening experience, nothing there. And yeah, I think I might like double down my efforts to keep an eye open. I do have a local card shop. I've mentioned them before. It's actually a sports card shop, and they sell Pokemon cards. I mean, I stopped in over the weekend. I cleared them out of the rest of it. They had some Surging Sparks Build and Battle kits still in stock, so I grabbed those. But they don't have Twilight or Surging Sparks now, and so, you know, there's not as much there that I want to grab, but they do have 3 packs of Paldea, and I think 3 packs of Paldea are still on the Pokemon Center website as well, so there are ways to grab these. Yeah, I think I'm inclined to want to open some more of this. All right, we're down to our last pack. Maybe before I do that, we'll do a quick survey. Again, I've kind of done that as we've gone along, but yeah, super solid opening. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe just 6. I mean, that's kind of what we would expect with modern sets. 6 double rares. I mean, again, this isn't actually booster box. These are random packs put together. But again, these 2 gold cards, the Miosciata and the energy card. And then, yeah, we got the Tyranitar, probably the best, maybe the most valuable hit. But then we also have maybe 2 SARs. We'll have to check on that. And another illustration rare. So really solid. And let's see if we can grab anything in our very last pack. So we didn't pull the 2 cards I wanted, but again, I can't complain too much with what we have found in these packs. So check back to the channel. We're going to have more Master Set Monday videos of the Scarlet and Violet sets where I'm still chasing cards. So look for those. 151 is coming up, I think would be the next one. And then we'll have our normal sets, just stuff I'm finding. I have another video I need to get ready. Oh my gosh, we did it! Oh, last set magic indeed. That is it. Can you believe it? I did not plan this or stage this in any way. Whoa, there it is. The Iono Special Illustration Rare. We pulled it. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. I cannot believe it, and it looks really nice. It looks centered nice, just off my, nicely. Oh my gosh, wow. I could not have planned that any better. Well, I hope you watched to the very end. I hope it was worth it. Wow, that is crazy. That is so awesome. All right. Well, thanks guys for following the channel. Please check back for more videos. We'll have more videos soon. And yeah, this was a good one. All right. Yay for Paldea Evolved. We'll talk to you soon.